So. I don't like. So.
Congratulations, President.
Thank you.
Nigerian wrestlers doing also proud at the African Wrestling Championship taking place in Egypt. Welcoming you on the show, 360 Sport on Trust TV. Adeni Ajishafe. Well, right now, to take you around the world of sport, we look at that particular story and all that's trending in the world of sport. Good one for our team, really. They did well at the African game. Now they are in Egypt, also doing so well. Just yesterday, they were able to win so many gold medals, gold in that competition. Well, let's look at that first story. African Games 2023. We start with, well, this is not actually what we wanted to look at for the way it is right now. Leipanda, that's FCT school story. We'll be having that with Chinedu Hanusi, who will be joining us to talk about that. But right now, we start with African Games football. It has to do with Falconet. Falconet beat Uganda, battled Ghana in the final. Well, yesterday was a good one for them, but they were able to win 2-0 against Uganda in that game there, Okuchukwu and Oka. They were able to score those 2 goals for Nigeria in that particular encounter. Our ladies have tried to see how they can defend the cup they are holding. Talking about this particular competition, Falconets are the holders. Ghana also, they are battle ready. They'll be facing Nigeria in the final. And what's going to be happening concerning this game. Joining us to talk sport this hour is Timothy Ayeku. Good to have you, Timothy. Okay, well, we're waiting for Timothy to join us on the show. We're right now talking about that particular story there. Good one for our team, the Falconet. What the men couldn't do. Our ladies are doing also proud. Flying Eagles crashed out. While they are trying to see how they can make it, but they couldn't even qualify out of the group they were. But our ladies right now, they've qualified for the final of this competition. Congrats to Falconet. But for the fact that they were able to do the business of getting to the final of this competition, trying to see how they can defend the cup they are holding. Nigeria will be facing Ghana in the final of the women's version of football there. Timothy Ayeku, good to have you on the show.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Good morning.
Yes, we can hear you. So let's have you talking about our ladies for the fact that they were able to win yesterday.
I heard you say something, and you said it very correctly. They say what a man can do, a woman can do better. As somebody who is a lover of women football, I would say I'm very happy and proud of the girls. It has been a very easy run for them. Let's use that word, if we are permitted to do that. Starting from the group stage to this point. And getting a 2-0 win in the semi-final is not something to just, throw away. So we are hoping that they will have another very easy run in the finals to secure a massive win for Nigeria and to give us another gold medal in this particular competition. So that's what we're expecting. Congratulations to the girls. Nigerians are behind them. The Sport Ministry has said that we are going to give you all the support. So, of course, they should go there and bring the gold medal home to Nigeria.
Well, a good one for our ladies there, for the fact that they were able to do the business of defending it right now, qualifying for the final, and hopefully it's going to be a big battle because we know that Nigeria and Ghana, the enmity is not from here. But let's see how it goes right now. I'm talking about the two teams that will be filing out in the final of the women's version of this particular African Games there. Well, right now, we'll be looking at another one that has to do with African Games too, but this time around is in Scrabble. Scrabble, where Nigeria, Uganda wins gold in Scrabble team event. For the team event for women in Scrabble, Nigeria won it, while Uganda defeated us in the men's version. Well, as it is, at least we're able to do well in this sport of Scrabble for the fact that, if you've noticed recently, Nigeria has been the bedrock of Scrabble sports in Africa. And right now, we're able to win the women version of the African Games. Timothy, you want to look at the fact that it seems this competition, to some extent, Team Nigeria has been able to at least push a bit in different sports, apart from football, different other sports. We saw what we did in weightlifting, wrestling, and others. And now this is Scrabble.
This is a wake-up call to those in charge of our sporting activities and events, that they should understand that we have a lot of potentials outside football. Nigeria is a blessed country in terms of intelligence, in terms of the sporting, and in terms of manpower, talking about the youths. So we should leverage on all of these things, and we can see the outcome in these competitions that are being played at the African level. And it also tells us that we are not just a big country in terms of football, we can also dominate in other sports. So, of course, congratulations to those guys for doing it. And again, surprisingly, the women also got the gold for Nigeria. Let's hope that we'll see us get other results from other sports. Scramble is it's a game that has to do with intelligence. You must be very brilliant and calculative to be able to do that. So it's a positive one for Nigeria as a country as a whole, outside sport itself. But it tells us that we are a country that have people who are very intelligent, and we can also do more.
Okay, we're talking about African Games here, where Team Nigeria are doing so well. Well, we appreciate the fact that we're still standing second on the log. She's trying to see how they can at least upstage Egypt. But Egypt they have gone very far concerning this competition. They really want to win this, and the gap between Nigeria and Egypt is so wide when it comes to gold, let alone silver and bronze. But still, Team Nigeria are still pushing to remain second on the log. They are a good one for our team, and they are doing well so far in other sporting activities. Now, we move away from Ghana. Let's quickly go straight down to Egypt, where African wrestling team championship is taking place. We have Team Nigeria doing so well after dominating the wrestling in African Games. Also, right now, as we speak, Oborodudu Adekuroye Kolawole wins gold on day one. We look at the summary of this particular gold-winning team, as they did well there. Blessing Oborodudu beat Osman Badran of Egypt 12-2 to win 14 African crown. Odwan Adekuroye outclassed Chima Aose of Egypt by pinfall to win her 8th African title and earn 10,000 points. Adekuroye tops the 57-kilogram rankings. Christiana Ogunsoya defeat Charaz Ayasi of Tunisia 10-0, superiority in 53 kg to win gold. Esther Kolawole 62 kg outshine Farah Hussein of Egypt 11-0 to win her 2nd African senior title, as Hannah Ruben actually won silver in the 76 kg category. She lost to Tunisia Zainab Zger 2-12 to settle for silver medal there. Just to give you a summary of the performance of Team Nigeria in wrestling. Other than Egypt, after dominating African Games in Ghana, they moved straight down to Egypt. Adekuroye, Oborodudu, Kolawole, all of them doing so well in this sport of wrestling. Timothy, it seems really this sport is really gaining momentum. We are getting so better when it comes to wrestling in Africa. Right now, our ladies have done us proud. Yesterday, they won about 4 gold and 1 silver in the competition.
Well, I don't think these results are things that should surprise us, because when you look at the record by Blessing and Odunayo, you discover that they've been champions at the world level. They've dominated at the world level. So if you can dominate outside your own ground, you are sure to be able to compete favorably and also come out with victory when you talk about competing in the African continent. It's a good one, but they should also know that they are already challenging other African countries, and probably in other stages they could come out strong. So they have to keep strong and keep their heads on the ground, and keep working hard to ensure that they leave nothing unturned to secure all the wins if possible. Wrestling is a new sport to us in Nigeria, But of course, we are starting on a good note. Odunayo, you can see what she's doing even at the club side level, at the world stage. We saw what Blessing did at Olympics also. I think she won the silver medal there at the Olympics. So it's a good one. Nigeria is known to be, okay, you can see that Nigeria is known to be is getting that recognition already. All thanks to these ladies out there. Again, we are still talking about the women making us proud in Nigeria. So congratulations to them. And of course, we hope to hear good results, better results next time.
Okay, while we're talking with Timothy Ayeku concerning Team Nigeria, let's quickly join Chinedu Ohanuse, who will be giving us details, and at least let's review the FCT sport for 2024, while we're actually hoping that Chinedu will open up his videos so that we can at least talk with him. Chinedu Ohanuse, are you there? Okay, we're still waiting for him to join us and give us updates concerning the just concluded FCT school sport, where different schools in junior and senior category participated. In fact, let's look at that story. LEA Panda, GSS Guaco, and GSS Karu Rose Wiki FCT School Sports Festival. It actually happened at the MK Abiola Stadium, and it was a fantastic performance from all the teams, junior and secondary school, where all of them came out to compete for honors there. Well, right now, LEA Panda, GSS Guaco, and GSS Karu Rose Wiki FCT School Sport for 25 years. This sport went moribund, but now it's back to life. And we have Chinedu Ohanuse joining us on the show to talk about this particular sporting moment. Good to have you.
Thank you very much, Agisafe.
Okay, so quickly take us through.
I think I got that right.
Yes. Let's quickly look at the FCT school sports. 25 years after, it's back to life. And right now, being tagged the Wiki FCT school sports. Take us through what happened at the finals.
Well, we wouldn't have been this successful or come this far if it were not because of people like you. I mean, Trust Television and all the other media houses. In fact, it was a media show. The organizers recognized this on time and made sure it was like that. I must say 840 school children gathered from all over the private, public, primary, secondary, and junior secondary schools in the FCT. It wasn't a joke. And even now, I'm still having the after effect of the whole of that finale, because of when you talk to these kids this moment, next moment they are there, you know. So it was not easy organizing them. But then the games came and went as we saw it. Apart from those three schools, another school that surprised me is the Fosler Academy, which is basically built for football. And they came into this athletics event within a very short time of preparation. They had one of the best runners of, that I've come to meet in FCT here, Hulda Nkocha, who also happens to be a FIFA badge referee before she retired, taking them through the rounds, and she did so well. They medaled in both the junior and secondary school categories. I think about 6 medals. Then they also won the football medal gold. But like the picture is showing us, that is where I really doff my heart for the organizers. I mean, like Dan Lame Yoyo, the Mandate Secretary Education. Yes, getting these special athletes to come and also perform, blew my heart away. I have been covering sports, I've been traversing in sports. We've seen how we have not been able to include this set of people, but bringing them to compete made a big lot of difference. And I hope that going forward, we can perfect this. For instance, the wheelchair race, we can get the state-of-the-art wheelchair race for these athletes to make it a little bit easier for them to race.
Okay, we're talking about the FCT school sport for 2024. Now, we're talking about the table. Let's have the table there where all the teams actually competed. At least the table is ready now. And you look at primary school category, you look at all these schools seeing themselves first position, LEA Panda, SPS School J. Take us through the primary school. We have 4th, 2nd, 3rd, even to 5th position. Junior category school, GSS Guaco, GSS KKG also coming second there. In the senior category, you have GSS Karu coming first, and ADSS Waitama coming second there. Quickly, Ohanuse.
I guess the fact is that what this table shows me particularly is that talents are born everywhere. Talents cannot just reside in the city center or Lagos or Port Harcourt or Kaduna. Or, if you don't go there, you don't get talents for the Super Eagles, for the national teams, or for the men elite sports federations. Now you see, Karkeshi is in Abaji Area Council. Gwakwo is in Gwagwalada Area Council. And when you come, the Banda is just here in the FCT. I never knew that until this competition came. I've been here almost half of my life in the Abuja Municipal Area Council. I didn't know that the Banda is in the AMAC. So what I want to say here is that the schools came with, then it's JSS Abaji also came here with some tradition, because I remember the late Coach Abu. Coach Abu was one that is the doing of handball, is the one that made FCT what it is today in handball. And that tradition is still alive there. The way JSS Abaji dominated handball in this competition was something to go about. But then the authorities made sure that the screening was thorough. 13 years or below for primary school. Then we had 15 years or below for secondary school, junior secondary. Then we had 17 years, 18 years and below for senior secondary. Now, after all the screening and even after the preliminaries, we expected 840 athletes to come to the science and tech facility where they were housed for 4 to 5 days before they went back to their schools. You see, you know what happened? We had about 120 students, extra students brought in by their games masters and their games mistresses, try to force them in. Those are the people that were already screened out of the tournament, of the competition, because they couldn't bring the name that matches their age. They couldn't bring proof that they were below their respective age categories. So I must give a lot of kudos to Hashimu. If me, just as a journalist covering it, is down a little bit covering this a hectic competition within this time, I wonder what the organizers themselves are feeling.
Okay, good one. Chinedu Hanusi giving us update, or rather a review of the FCT school sport for 2024. After 25 years, the sport is back. We want to appreciate your time with us. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. And the takeaway is that both the representative of the minister, that is the mandate secretary for social development secretariat, and the mandate secretary for education, have made it clear that this time around it is for real, that this competition now is a compelling feature. Annually, we have to see it in the FCT. And remember, the UN has made it clear that children that grow with automotive skill, with physical exercises and so on, function better. So why should we leave our children not functioning better? I want to give kudos to the man that's made all this thing happen, Barrister Yenson Wike. I think he deserves all the plaudits.
Okay, thank you so much, Nido Hanusi, there joining us. Okay, back to the studio right now. We quickly run through one more or two stories. Well, Timothy Ayeko, yesterday was a big one because the whole internet went buzzing with Nike unveiling some kits for different nations that they actually have contracts with, actually involving Nigeria team. This is that has to do with Super Eagles. Nike unveils new kits for the Super Eagles. For the first time right now, the white jersey will be the home kit for Super Eagles and the entire team Nigeria. That has to do with football right now. Well, how do you see this particular one? At least we have, remember the last one that came out before, this was actually just fake, but this one has been confirmed by Nike that this is going to be the new set of jersey that will be rocked by Super Eagles. How do you say this? Timothy Ayeku, are you there? Okay.
Oh, okay. So these are very beautiful jerseys. The first time I saw them online, I was like, wow, I'm going to get these jerseys, especially the dark dark green color jersey. But there's been talks online on if it is correct for the Super Eagles to always change jerseys, especially when you are not talking about a World Cup or a major outing. But then, of course, it gives us varieties of jerseys for us to, put on anytime our dear Super Eagles or our national teams will be playing. And of course, they should also ensure that they give the female teams also beautiful jerseys like this, because they've also given us beautiful results. We can even see more than the men. So I will call on Nike to please replicate this for the female teams, because we've not seen them wearing such beautiful jerseys like the male. But it's a beautiful one and a welcome development for our dear Super Eagles. I hope the financial aspect of the deal, which is also very important, will have a positive impact on the team to boost their morale and also to help them perform better. It should not be about wearing nice jerseys. You know, you can remember the World Cup we went to, and everybody was hailing the Super Eagles, you know, for their beautiful attires and all of that, but we were unable to play beautifully. We were unable to turn out beautiful results. So all these things must be combined. It must be, you know, interwoven. You know, beautiful jerseys, beautiful results, beautiful outing, and all of that. Everything must come out beautiful at the end of the day. So kudos to Nike, kudos to NFF for being able to tie down this deal.
Well, at least from the way it is right now, Eagles will be donning these colors soon. Any moment has to do with any football matches they are playing, and they said it to be opening to the public starting from Thursday. A good one there, looking at those beautiful jerseys. And for the other teams, Super Falcons, Falconets, Flamingos, all of them will also be getting theirs. But right now, this is official that these are the jerseys that Eagles will be rocking again. Always very colorful. Nigeria with the best jersey anytime. Like we were saying, 2018 World Cup, when we are one of the best teams with the most beautiful jersey, we couldn't go further. But hopefully, Eagles will get better now. Very soon, we're playing friendly against Mali and also Ghana before we begin to plan our attention for the Nations Cup and also the World Cup coming up later. But as it is, we wish Eagles the best as they done these colors. And let me quickly take a bunch out of you. When it comes to jersey, at times there's this mentality. If you remember, anytime Nigeria wears white, they'll say, oh, this jersey doesn't favor us. Anytime we wear the dark green, they say, okay, anytime Eagles wear this one, we prefer. Are you part of those people that believe in that?
I don't think I have a stand on this, but I've worked with a football club, and I can tell you very clearly that football players actually think this direction. They feel they've had better results on certain jerseys. So anytime they have a very important game, you hear them saying, please, let's put on this color. It has given us a lot. But of course, some coaches will say, okay, let's give them their wish. All we want is result. But then, jersey don't play football. Jersey don't play football. That is just the message.
Just like the mentality that Africa also have won the World Cup if it's about African metaphysical power, but it doesn't work out. We are yet to actually scoop it despite all the power. But anyway, good one. Having Timothy Ayeku join us on the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nick.
Okay, good one. We had two guests on the show that we have to do with Chinedu Hanusi giving us a review of the FCT School Sport 2024 that ended at the MK Abiola Stadium. At least we was able to give us details concerning that particular one. And also Timothy Ayeku joining us to talk about all the other sporting stories. Our Team Nigeria are doing well over there in Ghana concerning the competition. Talking about the African Games. Our ladies are right now qualified for the final in women football. We had so many of them trying to do well in different sporting events that they find themselves. All right, now before we go, let's look at this slam and dunk sport of basketball, the NBA. Quickly, some results of games played earlier today. Before we wrap it up, we look at those results. We are Portland Trail Blazers score 107, 3 points behind to lose against Chicago Bulls in that particular game. It was a tough one there. Well, DeRozan was able to do well for Chicago Bulls, scoring 28 points there. Minnesota Timberwolves scored 114, 10 extra points ahead of Utah Jazz, who scored 104. Sacramento Kings, they did well. They showed class, extra 10 points to defeat Memphis Grizzlies, 121 to 111. New York Knicks, they fought hard. They won their game against Golden State Warriors, 119 to 112, while Los Angeles Lakers, they did well, showing their class as they won against Atlanta Hawks 136 against 105 in that game that had Anthony Davis doing so well, scoring about 24 points for that particular club there, LA Lakers. There, just to give you update concerning the result of the NBA that happened earlier today. If you love sport, we are here to give you the best, especially focusing on Nigerian sport. As we always said that we document Nigerian stories, that's why we always want to push our own. At least if we don't, no one else will do out there. Not France, not Germany. In fact, we push more of their story than ours. So we try to do more by pushing ours to give at least our athletes a sense of belonging, that they too are very, very important. Talking about African games right now, for our teams in athletics, they will be raising more today. We'll be giving you updates more in our subsequent edition of a sport update by the time that one comes up concerning Team Nigeria in athletics. That will be it on the show. 360 Sports on Trust TV. I'm Adeni Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.